Hello, in this series I'm creating a small application visualizing how a helicopter does fly. In this episode I'm creating a cockpit and showing how to steer such a helicopter. At first I created a cockpit within Blender 2.9 and I exported it as an FBX file. I added an additional camera and I ensured that the new camera has the tag untagged and the original camera still has the tag main camera. In the options menu of the new camera I had to set the settings in clear flags and culling masks. So I do not have a background picture and only have the main game objects which are in front of the camera, because later on I want to make this specific picture over top of the original picture of the original camera. Also within the setting options of Viewport React you are able to set the position of this very new tiny image in the XY direction, and you also are able to set the width and height of this very new camera picture. Here I'm playing around with the settings and I'm watching how it could look like. I also set the settings of the screen to 16:9 as an aspect. This might help to prevent problems later on if you already know how the ratio of your screen will be. And here we see how I am flying the helicopter. I'm not even sure if I implemented the steering accordingly, but it looks nice for a tiny game. And you can see how the pedals move, you see how the stick in the middle and the stick on the right side moves, and depending on my input on the keyboard the helicopter moves and the items in the cockpit also move. I'm probably going to add also some additional camera views in the future, because I'd like to have also a view depending on the helicopter and having a close-up of the blades, and I also would like to have a camera view focusing on the red disc and the yellow disc above the helicopter here. Right now I'm using a keyboard as input, but the code is programmed in a way that in the future I could easily also give relative inputs between -1 and +1 like I would get from a controller, but as a small side project it looks good. Considering the amount of time I invested in this project. And once more we are having a closer look on the new code displayed here. I'm just scrolling down the code here and drinking my coffee. Right now I'm thinking there are only missing collision detection and a small level for the helicopter to fly in. I'm not going to comment the code right now here. I see it as a small feature that you can see how this was improvised, and The input was programmed in a way that it could be changed in the future so that it could be compatible with a controller, and so that in the future I could have values between -1 and +1, and right now I'm only getting absolute values like -1 and +1, so the helicopter would fly more smoothly, but right now it's just a small game and it's coming close to an end. Thanks for watching.